A good kitty. You are my good kitty. You are my fire. The one did no 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 no. No, 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 no. You got to get out of there. No, you can't do that. You'll knock over my phone. Uh, for those that don't know, I'm staying at a buddy's house for about a week and kind of house sitting, cat sitting while he's on a trip. And I've always been a dog person in my life and not totally familiar with cats. But evidently they like to rub, I don't know, their head or their neck along the side of certain surfaces. And my phone is stacked, or no, it's not, is sitting on a stack of books. There's the cat. And I've got it propped up there just so. And my buddy's cat keeps doing some of this and rubbing on the books and trying to knock over my phone. Although he's not trying to knock over my phone. He's doing whatever it is the cats do when they do this. You know what I'm saying? Do we have any cat people out there? Hold on, I heard my coffee just got done brewing. I'll be back in a minute. Anybody coming on, joining, welcoming, liking my lives, sharing my lives, all of it is good stuff and all of it is appreciated. And I'll be back in a minute. Da, da, da. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. I was walking into a job fair yesterday, and it was at my the place where I work out, ironically. And I'd finished my workout. I'd had like a workout bag and an extra coat that I didn't want to wear into the job fair because I was trying to look reasonably professional. Although honestly, I just had a flannel and kind of a trenchish pea coat or whatever it's called. But I looked a little better than I did in my workout gear. So anyway, I'm taking the gear back to the car, and I'm kind of singing a song. And I think it was Billy Joel, "We Didn't Start the Fire." And yeah, it was "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel. And for some reason, I was singing it. I don't know if it was going on in the gym while I was working out, but it was in my mind. And I heard a woman's voice going, "Oh, I love that you're singing." And I go, huh, huh, huh. I hardly knew I was because my mind just kind of goes. And I just start, I don't know, talking to myself or singing to myself or humming to myself or whatever. But anyway, got to talking to this woman. She was a nice woman. She was going into the job fair, and I go, "We're going to go in together." And she was looking for work and appreciated her being there. And she had a real good spirit about her and a great energy. And I wish her the best of luck. I hope she had a good fair. But anyway, that's my story about that. I'm going to drink some water. And let's see, who's hopped on? Let's say good morning to some people and see if anyone else wants to hop on. Christopher, little or big dogs? Generally bigger. Good morning, Jason. Hello, Brent. Hello, Ray's. Hello, Jay. Hello, Amy. Hello, Link. Hello, Josh Agrand. James Sorbet. Sorbet. He cleanses my palate every morning. Hey, Josh, thanks for sharing the live. Work for a gym? I don't think so, but thank you for the suggestion. Nikki says, go back to bed. Nikki, that bed is calling you. It is not calling me. Outlaw Mitch followed the live creator. Thank you so much for following the live creator. I do this show every morning. I go live for about an hour to an hour and a half, sometimes less, but I don't know. I've been getting sucked in with the momentum because usually about an hour, my audience is starting to grow and suddenly I'll have like 130 people watching. I go, I don't want to hang up on 130 people. That's 260 eyes. That's a lot of eyeballs watching my material. Hello, Carla. So again, thank you for following the live creator. Hello from Germany. Dawson, thank you so much for sharing the live. Sandra Lynn, good morning. Hello, Emorgado, Carla, Aniha, and Ali Khan. I'm going to come on down like this. I'm going to come on down on my knees. My buddy's house where I'm staying is pretty big, and he's got a lot of places where one could drink coffee. And I don't know, I decided to do it here today. Thought it'd be comfy. And hope you enjoy it. Sandra Lynn, thank you so much for watching my Saturday night show. I felt pretty energized yesterday and felt really good. And I'd just been coming off a period of 2-3 days of feeling depressed and bummed. I'm a guy that struggled with a lot of mental health issues, anxiety, sadness, depression, woe is me-ism. And over the last 3 days, I'll cut myself some slack. Due to my own decisions, I'm not saying woe is me, I've made a series of decisions in life that have put me exactly where I am today. And exactly where I am, actually exactly where I am is pretty nice right now because my buddy's got a nice house. Shh. But this isn't my permanent thing, and I've been looking for work, and I've been working as a waiter and riding scooters across the country and waiting tables for huge amounts of hours and having my hours cut back and my finances in trouble and had a lot of financial responsibilities and bought a car and was stressed about making car payments and stressed about making financial responsibility payments and just been under a lot of stress, more stress than I almost felt I could handle. The last few days. And it turned out I had a better week on social media than I anticipated. And generated more revenue than I expected for this week. And it allowed me to pay basically off my bills for the month of January. And I tell you what, that is a burden off me. And feels so good. Hello, beautiful. Sandra Lynn was at Hugo Frog Bar. You missed my live. Well, that's okay. Do I need marketing services? I don't know if I do or I do not. I have a lot of people reaching out, almost kind of forcing their things on me. They'll go, hey, man, love your stuff. Great content. I go, oh, thanks for watching. And then they'll send me about a book of what I'm either doing wrong or what they could do better. And they go, hey, I'd be happy to keep chatting with this about you. I go, I never even asked for it in the first place. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? God is good, Aaron. Going to be going to church today. Going to be bringing my 2 little ones with me. And looking forward to it. So, hello. Wait. I don't know if that was Keith or not, but somebody came on. Wow, we're at 1,500 likes already. But good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Sunday morning. It is 5:11 a.m. It is January 5th. Happy Sunday. This little show I've been doing for quite some time, for about 5.5 years, even past that. We're moving towards 5 3/4. Good morning, Chip. It is a show about me talking, sharing some experiences, sharing the adventures that one man goes on. And that one man is me. And I tell you what, I have some crazy adventures. Every day is a crazy adventure. It'd be easier. I don't know if it'd be easier. But sometimes it seems like it'd be a lot easier just having a 9-to-5 job and a wife that I could come home to and my 2.5 kids. And that's what I've always dreamed about and wanted about and imagined for me. And it never worked out that way. And, yeah. So we keep rolling. And we keep rolling. So here I am, and I'm rolling. But anyway, hey, Michelle, thank you so much for following the live creator, and good morning, Tanya. For those that have been watching a while, you know this is not just a show about me talking. Storm is coming. Why are you here? That's 2 comments. I'm doing my intro, and you're throwing a lot of negative vibes at me about what people are saying about me. So what are you doing here? Are you here for my show, or are you here to throw a huge wet blanket on everything? Because when you say people are saying, you're gossiping. And they're not people, they're trolls. Well, Storm, that's 3 times you brought that up. That's 4 times. That's 4 times. Go away, Storm. I don't want you watching my show. I don't want you watching my show. I don't want you watching my show. Go join the trolls. That's who you are. There you go. Sorry, I had to do a little house cleaning. They said, goodbye. I've canceled you because you can't answer the questions. I'm doing my introduction, and I had somebody hop on spreading gossip about me like 6 times in the first minute. And it's just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And now they're gone. So as I was saying, for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I am so excited to have my first sip. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said it's a nice cup. Oh, you're not even seeing. For anybody out there from Tennessee, I am representing Nashville, Tennessee today. I don't live in Nashville. Don't get the wrong idea about me. I live in Naperville, Illinois, which is a town of about 150,000 people, about 35 miles west of Chicago. It is a town that I kind of highlighted on a live video yesterday afternoon. And I'm fortunate to live in. It's a beautiful town, beautiful downtown, cool river, great schools, great parks. I had a woman come up to me at Starbucks, and she goes, "Are you Coffee with Ken?" And she said it in a British accent, but I don't do the accent as well as some people. She said it in a British accent. She goes, "Are you Coffee with Ken?" I go, "Why, yes, I am." And apparently she watches me over on Facebook, and I told her to, I go live on TikTok every morning, and she's sitting, she goes, "Oh, no, I'm not on TikTok," again in a British accent. And she was sitting with a young girl, her daughter, I guess, named Jessica. And I said, "Hey, Jessica, teach your mom how to get on TikTok so she can watch my lives." I don't know if she'll follow up, but she'd been here 10 years, and we got to talking about Naperville and how fortunate she was to have found this place, because she's moving from another country. She was moving probably to the Chicago area, didn't know where she was going to live, and found out or landed in a really cool subdivision in Naperville about 10 years ago by the name of Saybrook. And Saybrook was a neighborhood right across the street where I lived a couple years back, and used to really enjoy walking through there. So, yeah. Let's drink a little more coffee. It's the hazelnut. It is the Starbucks hazelnut. It's not the Starbucks hazelnut. The words came out of my mouth, and I'm going, that's not right. That's not right. It's the Aldi store brand hazelnut. It's my second to last cup. How did my pizza turn out? It turned out pretty good. Again, I was speaking of Aldi. I was at Aldi the other night, and I bought a couple pizzas. One was a home run in pizza, which is high quality. And a couple cheaper Aldi brand pizzas, which are kind of fun. If you have home run in pizza every day, it's not as fun. You almost need to mix it up a little bit and have different pizzas. At And so yesterday, just having a cheap, super thin and crispy pizza was kind of tasty, and the crunch was good. People often ask, because I'm from Chicago, good morning from Cape Breton, Canada. Dawson asked if a soak is fun when temps are low. Well, the soak itself is fun, Dawson. The soak itself is fun, but the getting out of the soak is kind of problematic. And there's this big cover that has to be closed. And that, woe is me. This is third or first world problems to the nth degree. I'm talking to you about the issues I have getting out of this large hot tub. But anyway, there's a huge cover on it that's got to go. And you got to push all the buttons so the jets are stopped and the lights are off and what have you. And then you need to put a little chlorine in it, a little scoopful. My buddy says 3/4 of a scoop if you're going in once a day. And I got shaky hands, and I'm standing there, and it's like 11 degrees out. I may or may not have any clothes on, and I'm trying to scoop in chlorine and freezing my everything off, as you can imagine, and throwing it in and shutting this guillotine-like thing, and then trying to snap it shut and grab my towel and go on into the room. So, yeah, it's fun. But getting out of it is hard. Wow, that's good. That is good. Where was I? British woman, moved to Naperville. Oh. Want to talk about jobs? Do you want to talk about jobs or near misses or opportunities that were so oh, you want to talk about pizza some more? Okay. People talk to me, ask me all the time what my favorite pizza is here in Chicago. And I struggle with that because I wouldn't, there's a few places that make awesome, really thin crust, plenty of cheese, plenty of sauce, plenty of ingredients that are just delicious. But I hate to just say that. Because what's cool about Chicago is we offer a variety of great pizzas. And you can go to Giordano's and get a stuffed pizza, or you can go to Lou Malnati's and get one of those pizzas where they have the sausage covered over the top. It's kind of like a pan crust pizza with the sausage, like a layer of sausage laid out over the top. So it's hard to pick just one. But for me, my favorite pizza is a thin crust pizza with sausage and pepperoni and black olive. Have I had Semenos in Joliet? No. Have I ever been to the Silos? No. Have I ever tried New Haven, Connecticut pizza? No, I have not. Is there a specific pizza native to... Is there a specific pizza native to... Is there a specific pizza native to with its own brand or style of pizza that's just a little bit different than everything else? Users, that's their exact pizza. I love, with the exception they have green olives. How awesome am I, they asked. Well, I appreciate that. Some might argue that I'm not as awesome as you think. But I think I'm pretty cool. And we do like the same pizza. Green olives are good. For me, aren't they a little more salty? Yeah, they're a little more salty. And I'm not against salt. And I like eating green olives straight, probably better than black olives. But for some reason, I really enjoy black olives on the pizza. Hawaiian pizza, not my thing. Not my thing. I don't know if I even like pineapples. Yeah, I mean, I'll eat a pineapple occasionally, like a chunk if it's sitting there. I think it's probably good for me. It hydrates me. It's probably got some vitamins. Hawaiians seem to have a good, healthy glow about them and nice skin. Maybe it has something to do with pineapples. Susie Little, thank you so much for sharing the live. Thank you so much for sharing the live. Ricotta cheese. I don't even know what we're talking about now. Now we're just talking about any sort of food. Fresh pineapple and Greek yogurt, ricotta cheese and Italian beef. It's making me hungry. Making me just a little bit hungry. My coffee cup's running low. So that's about pizza. Oh, ricotta cheese and Italian beef on a pizza. I mean, it's got ricotta cheese, it's got Italian beef, and it's got pizza. I mean, what's not to like? What is not to like? What is my favorite nationality for food? Does food have a nationality? Do I like eggs? Yeah, I like eggs. They're good sources of protein. They stick to your ribs. They're cheap. They're tasty. You put them on a little piece of toast with butter. Yeah, they're pretty darn good. I don't know what that question means, so I'll skip it. Have I ever been to a Chinese buffet? I don't know that I've actually ever been to a Chinese buffet. I assume it means like all you can eat Chinese food. Where would I start? I'd start at the egg rolls with the hot mustard and the sweet and sour sauce. And I'd probably eat like 4 of them. But the problem is I wouldn't be able to probably eat much more after that start. Good morning from Louisiana, farmer's daughter. I really like this spot, but I'm sitting here going kind of bummed out that my coffee cup's running low. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Huh. Dawson, thank you so much for liking the live. What's my favorite restaurant to eat in Naperville? Right now, I'm going to say Mod's Pizza. I might just be going through a Mod's phase, and I've had probably Mod's Pizza 4 times in the last week. Or not week, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But I'd say right now, Mod's Pizza, it's reasonable, it's tasty as heck, and the employees are friendly. And I'd say Mod's Pizza. Cherie, hello, Cherie, welcome to you. Why am I up so early today? I don't know. I woke up at 4:11. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't depressed. I wasn't panicking. I was feeling good. But I was up. And I laid there for a while. And the cat came in and was meowing and purring. And I was petting it. And I was sitting there. And I'm going, wonder if I could drift off back to sleep. Let's see. And then I could not drift off back to sleep. And I laid there for a while. And I said, let's get up. Let's get up and start our day. And so I did, and started at 5 o'clock. I think I'm excited about my day. I'm feeling good. I had an awesome day yesterday, and it was a surprisingly good day, and was able to get caught up on a ton of things, financially and emotionally and spiritually. And I felt so good. It felt like there was this huge burden lifted off my chest. So I went to bed. I watched a movie. I'll talk about it in a minute. And I went to bed at around 10 o'clock and probably thought I'd sleep for, I don't know, 10 straight hours. But I didn't. And I woke up at 4. And I'll tell you what, when you wake up at 4, I used to drink every day, and I used to wake up early. And when you drank the night before, getting extra sleep is super important because if you don't, you feel like crap. But if you once you stop drinking, you know, sleep's nice, but it's not a must-have. It is not a must-have. And woke up this morning and was ready to go. Yeah. Dawson said because alcohol is poison. It is. It is. It is. And it's a drug. And again, I used to think, and I don't want to necessarily start talking about sobriety, but I mean, I might. But I used to think it was like party juice and it was some great invention that made me happy. But after about 25 years, I started realizing, this is just a drug. And when I walked into Walgreens to buy a 12-pack of Heineken every other day or every day, but 2 out of 3 days pretty much, sometimes 2 in a day. But anyway, when I did that walk, I'm going, wow, it's so weird. We have all these laws against buying drugs from drug dealers. Yet here I am, walking into Walgreens to buy a drug. And nobody says anything about it because, I don't know, the government gets a piece. I mean, I think that's it. It's because the government gets a piece. It seems weird, but it's true. Think about that. Oh. Yeah, Jay said more and more people seem to be quitting drinking, even casual drinkers. And I don't know if that's just the circle of people I'm hanging out with or because I'm getting older or because it's really happening. So I'm maybe skeptical, but then again, 30 years ago when I was a kid, I wasn't a kid, I was 26 years old 30 years ago. But anyway, 30 years ago, when I was going out to the bars every day, people would smoke cigarettes, chain smoke cigarettes in bars. Everyone did. And that seems hard to imagine now. Way to go, Chip. Way to go. I remember when you started, Chip. Way to go. What was the price of a 12-pack back in the day when I drank? Dawson, I drank 3 years ago. It wasn't back in the day. But since you asked, when you found a sale of Heineken, it was $11.99 at Walgreens, and that was a great deal. Generally, it was probably, the sticker at the grocery store probably said $15.99, but usually they had a $2 off sale, and it was $13.99 was probably the average I paid. Was the average I paid. But when it was $11.99, I felt really good. Let's go get some more coffee. Can you guys come with? Do you guys want to come with? You're going to come with. I feel a little bad leaving you. I know it'd be hard for you. Come on with. Put my coffee there. Put you guys against my salt shaker. Pick up my last hazelnut. Put it in the Keurig. Push 12, push K again, and wait for the magic to happen. Emerging Beauty said, I don't know, you have a troll account that is following your followers and making videos. People are crazy. Yeah, they are. They are crazy. Hello, Steve-O. I think Steve-O asked if I go to church. And I do, and I'm going to go to the 9 o'clock service today. I pick up my little ones at 8:30 and get them to church, put them in the playroom that they love, and go into the service, and just a nice experience. Hello, Tracy from Michigan. Thank you for joining. Hello, Diana. Yeah, no, it is good for me. It's great for me. It's great for the kids. Again, I'm kind of on a spiritual journey, if you will. I guess life's a journey. We're all on journeys of some form. Maybe we just don't call them journeys. I was at the gym yesterday. That's a journey too. By the way, I was feeling really strong. I'm going to have to get a spotter in there. Because again, on my fourth or fifth set, I do 195 on the bench. And I can get it up once. I could probably get it up twice. But I can't get it up twice without a spotter because I might not be able to get it up twice. And what I'd like to do is do a warm-up set and see if I could bench maybe 215. Because I think I probably could. And I think that's pretty cool. Thank you, Phil Mako. Yeah, no, I'm surprised. I was, way back when I was a cross-country runner and track runner most of my life, so I was never a big lifter. But after college, I worked out a fair amount and benched 245 pounds once. And that's my record, and I don't think I'm going to threaten that record. But now that I'm 56, it's surprising because you don't lose that much in terms of like strength, apparently. Because again, I think I could probably bench 215. So you can still be almost as strong or maybe as strong as ever. And I was going to say in running, I can't run across the street, but I used to run marathons. And maybe that's just from total lack of use. Because when you're a kid, you're getting together with your friends and playing football or flashlight tag or doing gym class or competing in sports or running to the bus. If I had to run to the bus right now, I'd pull a muscle and collapse on the sidewalk. Hold on, let me sneeze. No more beard, somebody asked. J-Ron. How are our likes doing? Are we slamming the likes enough? Thank you, Diana. We got 6,200. Well, I got to talk till we get to 10,000 for sure. So let's get me to 10,000 and we'll talk about it from there. I shaved yesterday and I'll tell you what, it felt good. I think it kind of looks okay to have like 3, 4, 5, 6 days of growth on my face, but I just don't like the feeling. It's because I don't like have a thick beard. I got soft hairs, and it's almost like there's a little cloud of fuzz around my face. And, yeah. Somebody said they could possibly see doing a mini marathon, but no way a marathon. My thoughts about that is you'd be surprised what you can do. And you think you couldn't do the marathon, but you probably could. You couldn't do it today or tomorrow or even next week or probably next month or maybe in 3 months. But in 6 months, you probably could. I think people overestimate what they can accomplish in a day or a week, and they underestimate what they can accomplish in a year or 5 years. And Jay, if you wanted to run a marathon, I don't know, you might be 100 years old for all I know. But if you wanted to run a marathon, I don't know, you might be 100 years old for all I know. But if you wanted to run a marathon, but realize it's up to you either way, TD can run a marathon and she's 56. Well, TD, I seen you. You look fit and very capable of running a marathon. So way to go. Yeah, you look, yeah. You're looking good, TD. But where was I? Oh yeah, so I shaved. You know why I shaved? Because I was going to a job fair yesterday at the gym, and I shaved at the gym. I forgot my towel. My towel, I left it in the car. The gym I belong to doesn't have towel service. And I was going to this job fair immediately after my workout. And had I realized I forgot my towel when I was still clothed, or I would have gone to get it. But by this time I was, down to like my underwear, and that was it. And I go, crap, I forgot my towel. I go, what am I going to do? I go, well, just let's keep going. So I went in, showered. Yeah, I air dried because that's what you got to do. I stood in the shower for a while, dripped off, came out kind of wet. Had had my workout shorts covering up as best I could. I mean, I don't know. I get we're in a locker room and we're going to be naked, but I'm not one of those guys that likes to have conversations. Hello, how are you? How's your day going? There's some people that do. But anyway, I had survived, but I felt, yeah, I don't know. Wet. I think I felt wet. So anyway, but I did shave, and I went to the job fair, and I walked around, and I go, huh. And at this moment, I wasn't needing, what I was needing is somebody with a huge pile of dirt that they needed somebody to move, and a shovel and $400 in their wallet. Then they'd give it to me and say, Ken, spend the next 3 days moving this shovel pile of dirt or this pile of crap. We know you're hardworking. We know you're positive and energetic. We know you'd be the man for the job, and we need it moved. And that's the type of job I really wanted. Yesterday I was feeling, strapped. And I went to this job fair, and I'm walking around, and it's a bunch of people that work for various companies, and they're kind of sitting there because that's where they're supposed to be on a Saturday. But it wasn't for me. And there was one woman I talked to, and it was kind of interesting, but I might as well do that in a volunteer role. It was working with kids with special needs and kind of as a host for their trips, or a host, I guess it's a host because it would have been me, for their trips. And I think that'd be really neat because, as most of you know, I got a child with Down syndrome. And I think that creates a special bond with other families. And would I ever work on a farm? Dawson, if somebody said, here, Ken, I have $400 in my wallet, go milk those cows, shovel that poop for the next 3 days, I'd say, let's do it. But I don't want a career on a farm. Because you know why? I have a career. And yesterday, it all kind of came crashing on me. And I realized it because I had a much bigger week than I knew the previous week on social media. And the payment came in, and I was surprised. Because I got a bunch of different social media companies, not a bunch, 3, that send me money from time to time. And yesterday's payment was much bigger than I expected. And I honestly was kind of shocked, and was able to cover all my financial responsibilities, make my car payment in January, and pay off my credit card. And I cannot tell you how good that felt. I cannot tell you how good it felt. And because I've been vacillating, and people have been saying, oh, you need to go get a 9-to-5 job and do this and this and this. And I've had those jobs, and I've struggled in those jobs, and I've interviewed for those jobs. And most of my life, I've been a realtor or a stockbroker or been an entrepreneur in one way or another. And suddenly going from that into a corporate setting is weird. And I didn't understand it. And I didn't get that everybody I worked with were just employees. Because I've really never worked with employees before. I've worked with other entrepreneurs in a real estate office where we're all out hustling and beating the bushes and working hard and trying to be our best. And suddenly I'm immersed with employees going, wait until they can go home for the day. And it was such a strange foreign feeling to me. And I talked about it in a video yesterday. Even in the interview process, it was a weird feeling. And I think somebody asked me in a video I did a couple weeks ago that I was editing, that do I think my insights and opinions are better than those that are leading these companies. And they were saying it derogatorily. They were trying to mock me. And I don't know if they're better, but they certainly have value. And I don't think, I just tell you what, you'd have to almost experience it. A lot of you guys probably do have 9 to 5 jobs. Nothing wrong with it. God bless you. It does. Yeah, way to go. But for somebody that had been doing their own thing for 17 years and suddenly was interviewing for a job with an employee who didn't really like what they did, it was just shocking to me. And after I took a job, I'm walking around going, hey, my instinct, because it was always my own thing, was to make this, and I was working at a super target, to pick up paper, to make it look good, to, dot the I's and cross the T's, and everyone was kind of doing their job. And it was just a crazy feeling for me. And I think I'm out of place in that. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want it, and that's not where I'm meant to be, and that's not where I'm going to be. Oh, so good. So good. Thank you for coming with me to get that hot cup of coffee. But anyway, do I want to talk about the job that I was excited about? Do I want to talk about the job I was excited about that I didn't get? Gunny Ryan asked, could I have a touch of chronic fatigue? Maybe. But I don't think that chronic fatigue is my issue. I think I'm probably the least fatigued human being in the world. I wake up at 4:15. If anyone tuned in, you saw me. I hadn't even had any coffee. I was ready to go. I've run marathons. I went to the gym yesterday. I lifted 195 pounds. I'm going to be picking up my kids in a couple hours, chasing around. I'm 56 years old. I got 2 little babies I got to chase around and stay in good shape and have a lot of energy. So chronic fatigue? I probably, I know I've got a lot of issues, but I don't think chronic fatigue is one of them. So no, I don't think I have chronic fatigue. If anything, I probably got the other problem. I have more adrenaline than should be legal. And it's probably from spending a lifetime in the fight or flight mode, ready to take on any comers and run for my life if it's a grizzly bear. So here. I talked a long time about wanting to make a difference. And I think Coffee with Ken makes a difference. I know it makes a difference because I talk about sobriety. I talk about mental health. There's 82 people watching, and it's 5:45 in the morning on a Sunday morning. There wouldn't be 82 people watching if it didn't make a difference. Hello, Jack. And I felt, as a stockbroker, the only difference I made to humanity, to the world, was how much money I could make. And as a realtor, I wanted to change the business and offer lower commissions and give incredible service and help people find the house of their dreams or sell at a crazy price. And I didn't feel I was making a difference doing that either. I don't think I was making a difference being a realtor either. And when I left that 2 or 3 years ago, I needed a job, so I took a job at a Target and enjoyed that for 7 months, but I'd been there long enough. Um, but still wanted to make a difference and still was interviewing. And I worked as a waiter and, you know, I made a little bit of a difference. I made people smile. Ryan, you didn't offend me at all. Don't worry about it. I just thought it was funny because I don't feel like I got chronic fatigue at all. So I almost thought you were joking. Where was I? Oh, I wanted to make a difference. And I made a little bit of a difference. And I put some money in my pocket and was able to cover my expenses and make some people smile or laugh at the restaurant. But I don't know if me enhancing somebody's dining experience is the type of difference I want to make. And so when I met that place that was, had a position for a host for a special needs group, I thought, hey, that would be cool. That'd make a difference. I love, I know I love my special needs son, and I feel a kinship to other families of, with special needs. So I thought that would make a difference, but I'm not sure that'd be it either. And about a month ago, you guys probably, I'll just say it because I'm not going to take the job. But I had somebody that watches my videos who works in the human resources department for Habitat for Humanity. And he reached out to me a month ago and heard me talking about wanting to make a difference and thought he might have a job opportunity for me with Habitat for Humanity. And I wasn't sure. I was waiting tables, I was creating content, but it intrigued me. And the only thing I remember about Habitat for Humanity really was, I think Jimmy Carter might have done it and was building houses for homeless people. The irony was I was living in my car. Don't know if the guy from HR knew that at the time. I'm going, hey, we're going to build a house. Can we build one for this guy? Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, split level with a 2-car garage, a red Audi A6, 2 scooters, plenty of toys for my kids, and maybe a white picket fence. But other than that, whatever we do. But anyway, he reached out to me and said, hey, we have this position at... we have an arm of Habitat for Humanity that helps fund the cause. And I think it's an awesome, awesome cause because I think we have too few houses in this world for too many people. And housing's gotten expensive. And I know as a twice divorced guy, I've had to make some crazy hard choices to cover my financial responsibilities and keep a roof over my head. I rode my scooter out to Yellowstone because there was a job there that would house me and pay me enough to cover my financial responsibilities. And so I figured, it was kind of a cause to touch home for me, no pun intended. And, I'd worked in retail because they have various arms that help support their cause. And one of them is called Restore, Habitat for Humanity. And I think I was a little familiar with them from my days as a realtor because there are places you can go and buy things for your home that are donated, kind of like Goodwill meets Home Depot, if you will. And I was intrigued, and I went in and talked to the woman that was running it. And I was blown away with this woman and impressed with her and impressed with the store and impressed with what they're doing, the cause. I thought it would have been fun. I thought I could have added a whole lot of value to it in terms of sales, energy, hard work, hustle, leadership. But she made the decision that she was going to hire somebody with a little more supervisory experience, and God bless her for it. I'm sure I respect this woman with everything, and she made what was the best decision for her. And but I was still sad because I still thought I could make a difference and with them and help that store. And it was a small enough business and a small enough cause that I could have made a mark. And I was working at Target, as I said, for 7 months, and nothing I did made a difference at all. But if I would have gone into this place and worked every day and put my heart and soul into it, I could have made a difference. I could have, I don't know, worked hard and brought a great attitude and scrubbed toilets or moved merchandise or held the door open or led meetings or whatever they needed me to do, I could have done. And I think I would have done a great job. And I was really excited about it. The pay wasn't much, honestly. The pay wasn't much. But it would have been a cool job. I would have been excited to take and proud to take. But I didn't get offered that position. And I think it kind of sent me into a little spiral of depression for a couple days. And they offered me a job working in the back room that I could have taken, but it was a full-time commitment. And I would have been committing to a job that wouldn't have covered my financial responsibilities and would have kept me from seeing my beautiful little two little ones every Tuesday and Thursday morning, and spending the morning with them at least, because it was a Tuesday through Saturday 9 to 5 shift. And it would have kept me from going to my daughter's cheer meets or track meets on Saturdays. And it wouldn't have covered my financial responsibilities or put a roof over my head. And I prayed about it and I thought about it, and I said, I can't commit to a job even for a good cause. That has me living in my car. And the ridiculous irony would have been, I'm working for Habitat for Humanity, which builds houses for homeless people. I'm going, hey, here I am, scrubbing the toilets early for my shift, holding the door open, smiling ear to ear. But anyway, so I don't think it was the job for me. And what I realized in talking to a guy yesterday is I already have the job for me. And I have the job that I'm meant to do and what God blessed me with. And there's a reason I've struggled with employment, and there's a reason I've struggled at various jobs. And I mean, I don't know if I really struggled. But I think I have high wants, and I expect a lot. And I want to make a difference. And working as an assistant manager, I could have worked hard and made a difference and made the customer experience and the employee experience great. I probably could have marketed their stuff in ways they'd never thought of before from my social media background. And probably done really well for that company and was excited to have that opportunity. But God didn't choose me to have that opportunity. And again, I was bummed about it. I wasn't understanding why, and I was considering alternatives, and I went to a job fair, and I was licking my wounds, and I was feeling sad. And all of a sudden, yesterday afternoon, and I was feeling really sad, I got a payment from a social media platform that was much larger than I expected. And all of a sudden, I said, wow. And I sent out child support payments for the month, and I sent a car payment, and I paid off my credit card, and still have a little money left over to buy a gimbal, which is one of those things you carry around with your phone. And I want to do more live videos. And I think I live in a beautiful town, and I have a message to share and a scenery to show off. And I also have shaky hands. And when you have shaky hands and you're walking and you're doing a live video, the viewing audience is going to get a headache. And I don't want the viewing audience to get a headache. I want them to see Naperville and hear my message and enjoy the experience and feel some of the love and the joy and the passion that I feel as I go about my day. And this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And this is what I am doing. Yeah. Dawson asked, have I ever driven by my childhood home? Yeah, a bunch of times. I didn't grow up in Naperville. I grew up in Downers Grove. And a couple of my homes. Downers Grove is a lot of suburbs, probably across the country, but certainly in the Chicago area, where the older homes that I grew up in, the 3-bedroom homes where we crammed 4 kids in and a dog and 2 parents, are being torn down and built huge homes. And I lived on a little home on 4516 Sealy in Downers Grove, on a beautiful lot. But I tell you, we were middle class if we were lucky. And if we were lucky. Probably lower middle class. But it was on a big lot because land wasn't as precious then. And about 15 years ago, I drove by and my house was gone. And they had this, 15 years ago, it was like $2.4 million. So it's probably like a $5 million house now. Kind of makes me sad, but kind of part of life. So. Which social media site was the big blessing financially? It doesn't matter. Sandra Lynn says, we're getting snow the next few days. It'll be beautiful by the Riverwalk. It certainly would, Sandra Lynn. I'd like to go live and be walking along, getting some exercise, getting my steps in. Whether I had the phone watching me or not, I'll probably be talking as I'm one of those crazy dudes that's walking along the street going blah, 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 blah. Whether you guys are here or not, I'm walking around the house going, hey, should I go do this? Should I wash dishes? Should I go shower? Do I have time for a soak? What do I have to leave to pick up my girls? My mind's going and my thoughts are going, and oftentimes my mouth's going. Yeah. And all right, Jay, I'm going to approve that comment, and I don't have to, but I will. Jay said, you may be putting all your eggs in one basket. How would you qualify for a mortgage or an apartment? Well, Jay, I just would tell you to not worry about it. And I'm not going to take on your worries. And I talk about that a lot. I've struggled with issues. I've struggled with mental health and guilt and all sorts of things. And I think I used to take on other people's worry. And I'd go, holy crap, Jay is worried that I'm putting all my eggs in one basket. And he wants to know how I'll qualify for a mortgage or an apartment. He says he's not worried. He's just curious. Okay, well, I'll answer this, Jay. It's not my job to take on your worry or satisfy your curiosity. And I don't mean in a bad way, but I just saw me doing it most of my life, going, oh, they don't think I can do this. I have to prove to them that I can. And I would spend like my lifetime trying to convince my dad or my brother that, hey, I want to do this. And now it's come to the point that I don't even, if I'm really excited about something, I don't tell my brother, I don't tell my dad. Because they'll be like Jay and they'll wonder how I'm going to do this or how I'm going to do that. And I think, you throw out any idea and you got a million people throwing out reasons why this won't work or you can't do this or, a million reasons why you can't. And I promise you, you surround yourself with a few people that tell you you can do great things. You can do great things. So, to answer your question, Jay, about putting all my eggs in one basket and how will I qualify for a mortgage or how will I qualify for an apartment? You make that basket big enough. You pay cash for the house, you own the apartment building, and you're renting it out. And you're not worried about qualifying for a damn thing. You know what I mean? And I think I am doing what I am supposed to do. And I have a passion for it and a gift for it. And I think yesterday God sent me a message and saying, you need to keep doing this. You shouldn't be shoveling poop. Do what you got to do. But there was no job shoveling poop yesterday. There was no job shoveling poop. And Jay, I appreciate it. I know you weren't being mean. But you say you were thinking about it in a practical context. I'll say the same thing about practical or realist. And I think practical and realist are almost code words for negative. Yeah. And I think, again, I butted heads with my dad and my older brother all my life. And I tried to please them and do what they said. And I struggled because I tried to follow in their path and do it their way. And I hated myself for it. And honestly, I talk about the negative voice I had inside my head. I think it's my father's voice. I think it's my father's voice. And I think about it, I get so much encouragement from doing this show and so many people reaching out saying, hey, they love my content. They're sober because of me. They're feeling better because of me. They were going through a hard time. Thank you for doing this. And I don't mean to say it as a woe is me, but my dad has never said anything like any of that. And I think I was seeking out praise or encouragement from my father most of my life. And he doesn't give it. And because of that, I took his voice and his doubts and his practicality and his realism and crushed my soul. And crushed who I was meant to be. And I am not gonna do that anymore. Thank you, Julie Flanagan. Thank you. Well, Jay, you disagree, but that's great. I don't care if you disagree. I really don't. Hey, Dawson, thank you so much for sending the finger heart. Yeah, well, thank you, Sandra Lynn. It's great to see the numbers go up. You have been watching my show for a long time. You were with me in my last house, my big house not too far from you. We'd go to Mariano's together. Yeah, we go to Mariano's, not together, but we'd lurk around the donuts at Mariano's together. Yeah, you saw me when I was trying to reconcile with my ex-wife. You saw me at wrestling meets, or not wrestling meets, but wrestling not events, but like parents' meets. And I went to one for my former stepson, and you were there, I think. Yeah. Dawson asked, is January looking to be my best month on social media? Well, we're only on January 5th. So I think January will be by far my best month on social media. I have no real reasons or no real analysis or no real numbers, but I have faith and confidence that I'm doing the right thing. And I posted on Facebook the other day about my growth on YouTube, for instance, over the last 6 months. And my revenue went from 80, has tripled in 6 months on YouTube. You know, you triple, you keep growing your revenue by 23% a month like I do. I tell you what, it doesn't take long to get really, see things change dramatically. Yeah. So, I'm going to have another sip of coffee. Talk for about an hour and 10 minutes. Well, thank you, Dawson. And anybody has been a moderator out there, because the trolls like to hop on and say, I fired these moderators. I didn't fire my moderator. Any moderators. I've just decided there's going to be a screening test for moderators. And if you want to be a moderator of mine, I'm going to need to talk to you on the phone to determine that you're actually a real person. Because on social media, especially here on TikTok, we have the ability to create 1 million different fake accounts. And I just don't want to deal with worrying about that or arguing about that. And there was some suspicions flying around yesterday. And honestly, it just was distracting me. And I don't want to be distracted. I want to talk about faith or sobriety or mental health or financial highs and lows or relationship stuff. And I don't want to be sitting here worrying about who my moderator is and isn't. So if anyone wants to be my moderator, Dawson, that goes for you. And you're going to talk on the phone to me before you are. No offense. I appreciate all you're doing and all your advice and all your likes and all your shares and all your chilies. But I don't want to worry about it anymore. And I felt I was worrying about it yesterday. And I don't want to worry about it. So that's the deal. How does YouTube pay? By views, by hours watched. Yeah. TikTok pays in a bunch of different ways. And TikTok pays you by gifts, because you guys can send gifts, and those are nice. And occasionally one of these lives, I'll get somebody on that's, I don't know, maybe just won the lottery and wants to send me a universe or something. And that, I've watched this creator. He looks like Jesus, and he talks about Reiki, and he's waving these rocks around and making these noises and kind of talking, and he's relaxing. So I do kind of like watching him, although I don't really believe in Reiki. But anyway, he's doing his thing. He's got a huge audience. He's got a few million followers. And I was watching his live one time, and he was just getting gifts constantly. And this isn't a plea, but I was a little jealous and going, holy crap, what does this guy make when he goes live? And all he's doing is moving these rocks around. And he looks like Jesus. And he's moving these rocks. Made me wonder if I could grow out my hair and grow a beard and buy some rocks. If I could build a huge audience. But I can't. Because that's not my thing. That is not my thing. Yeah, that's just not my thing. Yeah. And I think we should all do our own thing. And we shouldn't copy other people. I mean, you can pick up some pointers. But if you're trying to be me and think you're going to drink coffee and create content and talk to an audience like I do, I'd say that's a recipe for failure. And if I'm going to get rocks and grow a beard and a long hair and pretend I'm into Reiki to try and grow an audience, that's going to be uh, a recipe for failure. And I think and I say this to you guys, if you find your purpose, or there's so many ways you're special and unique, and we all are. But most of us try and fit into society and do what society tells us. And I get it. There's safety to that. There's safety in numbers. But I'll tell you what, I'm not doing what society tells me to do anymore. I'm doing what God put me on this planet to do. And it was to talk to an audience via social media, and to share stories and share a cup of coffee and maybe share some lives in downtown Naperville, and maybe hop on the evening. And I don't know, if I go live three times a day, shoot, I don't know why. People must like it because they're watching my lives over on YouTube and they're not even live. They're tuning in after the fact. Feels kind of cool. Somebody asked if there's any talk about getting on that guy's podcast. Yeah, he reached out to me, and apparently has had some very successful podcasts before, and he's trying to start a new one. And he wants to have me as a guest and pick my brains on it. So we'll see. We will see. I did that with a woman who was a realtor, and she follows me on a different social media platform. And we spent like 45 minutes talking, and I gave her my best stuff. All my thoughts, all my 17 years of experience, all my experiences. And at the end, she goes, oh yeah. Okay, well, that was fun. We got to do that again. My phone wasn't working, so are you free this afternoon? And I was just disappointed because I don't think she was valuing my time on it. And or taking me seriously, or cared as much as she should have. Gunny Ryan's asking if I can go live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. I can. I would have to get my laptop here and talk to two different the computer and my phone. But I can do that. I can put my phone on my computer and just stare at both. But a little bit, it's kind of distracting. And my ex-wife was trying to help me with that for a while, and she'd set me up on she was pretty good technology-wise, and would help get me set up and get the lighting. And I miss her in a lot of ways. She was gifted in a lot of ways, and I miss her. But I wish her the best. I really do. And but she used to help me with that a lot. And I don't know. It almost felt not worth it. More stress. There'd be a technical error on one of I'd lose Wi-Fi on the computer, or it'd go off, and I'd go, oh crap, I'm working over here and I'm ignoring this phone. And I don't know. Almost felt like more of a headache than it was worth. And I'm pretty confident when I pop this phone on and flip it around and hook into the Wi-Fi that I can create something over an hour that's worth listening to. And I've been told a lot in my life that I have a very positive energy about me. And I've had people say, wow, if you could put that energy in a bottle and sell it, it'd be great. And although I don't think I can put my energy in a bottle, I do think I can wake up early, drink a cup of coffee, and go live every morning. And I think that is the closest thing to bottling it. So I do it. How long have I been divorced? Well, I've been divorced twice. Which divorce? 2 years, I think, and 12 years. Yeah. Yeah. Do do do, but do, but a boo. Hey, we got some people with good followings. Michael Clark's got a nice following. He's got a niche. He's got a niche. See, I don't have a niche. If I had a niche, I could get a good following too. If I was Sobriety Ken, or Divorced Dad, or Kia Living Ken, or Mental Health Ken, I would have 10 times the audience I do. Because everybody searching for sobriety would find me and follow me. But that's not who I am. Because I'm not Sobriety Ken, or Divorced Dad, or Kia Living Ken, or Mental Health Ken. I am me. And my show is me being me. And if I had to get up every day and talk about sobriety, or talk about certified financial planning, or talk about mental health, or Down syndrome, or sobriety, or talk about certified financial planning, or talk about mental health, or Down syndrome, or lose my steam and lose my fire, because this is who I am. And this is what I'm meant to do. And I am blessed to be doing what I am meant to do. Oh, yeah. So it's Sunday morning. It is 6:20. In 2 hours and 10 minutes, I'm going to pull up to my baby's mama's house. And I'm going to put the car seats in my car. And I am going to wait because it's going to be cold outside. And I'm going to be watching the front door. I'm going to see some motion and a pink coat that's my daughter, and a blue coat that's my son. And their mama's going to be inside putting on their shoes and getting them ready, and putting on these big hats that I take off as soon as I get them. Going to be buckling them into their seats. Going to be giving them little pieces of apple, little pretzels, little chocolate chips, because I bought a bag of trail mix with delicious chocolate chips. Going to be taking them to church, checking them into the kids' care playroom that they love. Going to be going to service, listening to some words, shaking some hands, smiling at people, singing some songs, picking up my kids, taking them to a play area and playing with them, taking them back here, maybe feeding them lunch, and then taking them back to their mama's house early this afternoon. And I'm looking forward to all of that. And posting some videos, editing some videos, growing my social media audience, drinking some coffee, moving forward in life, feeling good. Yeah. And moving forward. Thank you, Julie Flanagan. Hey, look who's watching, Spencer Hughes. Okay, Spencer Hughes said, honest critique. Whenever anybody says honest question or honest critique, it means they're about to insult you. But Spencer Hughes said, honest critique. You do a show talking about a show, but you never do the show. Same every day. Yet here you are watching, Spencer Hughes. Here you are watching. Spencer Hughes will tell you he's a former huge radio personality, and he was on Fox News, and he interviewed presidents and dignitaries, and he knows all about the business. But Spencer, I don't watch your show. You watch mine. Does that answer your critique, Spencer? I don't know who you are, and I don't watch your show. Yeah, Spencer Hughes, I don't know who you are, and I don't even care. And I don't watch your show. And I never have. But you watch my show every day. Who's right, who's wrong on this one, Spence? Spencer Hughes said, I blab about myself. So what if I do? What if I do, Spencer? Spencer Hughes, the great interviewer of presidents and dignitaries, said, I blab about myself. So what if I do? You're watching me, Spence. You're watching me. Isn't that the point? Again, I never have watched your show. And I probably never will. Yet you watch my show every day. Who's right, who's wrong? I think we all know the answer to that. So anyway, it is Sunday morning. Could Spencer Hughes, the great interviewer of dignitaries and presidents and the great radio star on Fox News, be jealous of Coffee with Ken? Could he be jealous of Coffee with Ken? I think he must be. He must be jealous. Okay, you guys, he hopped on my show. He watches a lot. He hops on, he says negative things about my show. Says I won't make money, I can't do this, I blab about myself, I'm a narcissist, I'm whatever negative stuff he says. I don't even know who the guy is. But he tells me he's interviewed presidents and dignitaries. But I don't watch his show, and I don't know who he is. And I don't care. Could he be jealous of me? I think so. I think so. I hope he's as successful as he says he is. And I hope he's got a huge audience. Because I bet if he's as obsessed with me as I think that he is, he's probably talking about me on his huge audience and to his huge show. Probably driving traffic my way. Michael Clark, I got energy to spare. I got energy to spare. Thank you so much for sending the roses, Julie Flanagan. Thank you so much for sending the roses. I appreciate that. Yeah. But anyway, it is Sunday morning. Hey, thank you so much. Who is that? Sadie Mae. I'm not familiar with Sadie Mae, but I appreciate the 11 roses you sent me. That was very kind of you, Sadie Mae. And I hope, again, I don't know your name, but I hope you follow my page. You follow along in my little journey that is life.
and you subscribe and you like some of my videos, because it means a lot to me watching my page grow, and it grows every day. Michael Clark, thank you so much for following the live creator. Hope I sent a little traffic your way today. And when I was saying that you have a niche, I didn't mean it in a bad way. You do, and that's probably helps you with grow your audience. But I just don't want to nail myself down to one niche. I'd rather just be me. I'd rather blab about myself every day. I'd rather blab about myself every day. You guys want to hear me blab? I'll blab. I can blab till the cows come home. And hey, Spencer, if you're still out there, tune in tomorrow. I'll be blabbing some more tomorrow. Sadie has 16,500 likes, so she's kicking my butt. The beauty of TikTok. Are you excited for church? Yeah, I am. I am excited for church. I'm more excited to pick up my little ones, and I will be excited when I get the kids safely into the play area, because it's a little stressful getting them in and out of the car in a parking lot, and sometimes they don't want to hold Dada's hands, or they don't want Dada to carry them, and they kind of collapse. A couple times I've had to grab them by the scruff and just carry them like this, like two brown paper bags, and I don't know. They're too big to carry and too little to walk, and too feisty to listen to me. And I can't have them running wild in the parking lot. So grab one like this and another one like this and just do my best to get them in there and get them safe and get to church and drink some coffee and listen to some music and enjoy my day. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining today. I do appreciate you. Carla said Spencer Hughes' only content is to bash God. Maybe that's why he watches. Maybe that's why he cares. Because honestly, I'll take his word for it. He looks angry as hell. Go watch him. Look at him. He looks angry as hell. But that makes sense, Carla. I've never looked at any of his content. But if his content is to bash God, no doubt, that's why he hops on my show and doesn't like me, because I'm talking about faith and about positivity and moving forward, and he's spending his time bashing God. So, yeah. Spencer, you do you, and I'm going to do me. And I'm not going to watch your content, but you're welcome to watch mine. Oh, well, that's strange. Hey, Sheldon, thank you so much for following the live creator. I really appreciate that. I've had a great show today. I've had a lot of fun hopping on today. And I don't know. I'm excited about my day. I'm going to go grab some more coffee. And I hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful week and a weekend. And you're excited about your day and you had a great night's sleep. And just want to thank you so much for joining. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope, will I be on later? I probably will. I will probably be on later. I'll probably be on tonight, maybe 6 o'clock, but I don't know. I'm afraid to commit to 2 lives a day, but I've done pretty well committing to 1. And I usually go live at night as well, because that's helping my content grow pretty quickly. And I want to thank you so much for joining. Follow my page. Get the alerts when I go live. Thank you for the gifts, the likes, the shares, and all the love. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.